read 3 Bachelor Nation books over the summer. Let's talk about what I read. Starting off strong with the season of The Bachelor I applied for. Colton Underwood. Yes, I applied for his season. Not once, but twice. For anyone that follows his season, he ended up with this girl named Cassie at the end of his season. They walked away as boyfriend and girlfriend. So this whole book is his story about Cassie, but currently he's married to a man. Now he has a husband. He came out on Good Morning America. So he's a very I can't say that word, but this is the word I'm trying to say. He has a lot of people talking because he came out on Good Morning America a couple years after dating 25 women on the show. The book, though, was amazing. So easy to read, and you really get a backstory on his life and his season dating the 25 women. I would rate this book a 10 out of 10, and I'll definitely be reading it again in a couple years. This is the second book I read, written by a Bachelorette, Andi Dorfman. She got engaged to this guy at the end of her season, and it's her story of how they broke up, and it wasn't okay. Such a good girly drama. I would say, again, 10 out of 10. The third book I read over the summer is called 180 Degrees. It's basically more about self-help and self-care related rather than how he presented himself on the dating show, because he also was a bachelor. He doesn't mention as much his bachelor story of him dating 25 women. He was a person that ended up leaving with a girlfriend at the end of the show. He dated Susie for a couple years. They're no longer together, but the 180 degrees kind of stands for how the show helped him with his mental health, and he made like a 180 degree turnaround with like self-awareness. I had to read this book because he actually lives 30 minutes from me in Eureka, Missouri. He is the first bachelor in the franchise to come from Missouri, so I was like, that's the state I live in, we need to read it. Now, out of the 3 books, this definitely was my least favorite because it was the least juiciest. These 2 were all about their journeys of dating 25 people on the show. This was much more about mental health. It was amazing. I learned from it. It was great. But I would say 8 out of 10, and I don't need to read it again. So just in case you're wondering what I read, these are 3 books I read this summer.